I got smoke for Vanessa Hudgens. I'm gonna just keep it blunt. I got smoke for Vanessa Hudgens. And I got smoke with not like specific Filipinos, but a specific sector of Filipinos. So just to give everyone some context, Vanessa Hudgens recently visited the Philippines to shoot a documentary, right? And the reason why is to explore her Filipino side, right? In this trip, she was also awarded the title of being the global tourism ambassador for the Philippines. That was something that was given to her by the government. And because of this, a lot of Filipinos are on her ass. And I'm gonna put myself in that category. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna put myself in that category. So on the surface level, I mean, that doesn't seem too crazy. Vanessa Hudgens visits the Philippines. She gets this title. Okay. So let's add a little bit more context to it. Vanessa Hudgens is biracial. Her dad is white and her mom is fully Filipina. She was born in America. She's like 33 years old. She's never visited the Philippines before up until this point. And let me preface what I have to say by saying I don't have a problem with Filipino Americans and at this point, just biracial people, right? Exploring a side of their heritage that they're just not really familiar with. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason. There's a lot of yes, Michael. I'm being my Omar shit for once. But yeah, I don't blame people for exploring a part of their heritage that they don't feel familiar with, they don't feel as connected with, for a bunch of reasons, right? Whether it be for Filipino Americans, you know, people are so focused when they get here. People are so focused on trying to fit in that they kind of over assimilate, right? So over time, you know, your child or whatever, they just identify themselves as American and they don't identify as much with their Filipino side. So down the line, I don't blame you for trying to explore that side. But with Vanessa, this is her first time visiting the Philippines ever. She has also been criticized for not really embracing her Filipino side all of these years. Most people don't even know that she's half Filipino. And for your first trip ever to be linked to a documentary that you're shooting, a documentary that's gonna be directed by the presidential advisor on creative communications. This is your first time visiting the country in your life. That seems odd, doesn't it? Am I wrong on that? Like that seems odd. That seems odd. I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna question your intentions when this is the case. Cause I ain't gonna lie, it feels like you're only trying to get in touch with your Filipino side now that it's beneficial for you on a monetary perspective. I don't know if she would have done this if there wasn't a documentary attached to it. I don't know if she would have done this if she wasn't gonna get this title of being the international ambassador of the Philippines. I don't know. And as far as who they could have given the award to, I felt like they should have gave it to someone who embraces their Filipino side more. At the very least, right? If you're gonna give someone the global tourism ambassador for the Philippines, I would hope you at least give it to someone who embraces their Filipino side. So at this point, because of the precedent set by Vanessa, if we're looking at the American celebrities who are part Filipino, because I looked into it, there's probably only one full Filipino that's actually a celebrity here. All of them are biracial. Like truly, it's either part English, part whatever, part American, part black, whatever. Like they are all biracial. I would at least, I would at least try to pick someone who is passionate, who is more open about them being Filipino, and not give it to someone this is their first time visiting the Philippines. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? And that's why I say I have more smoke for Filipinos in general than Vanessa Hudgens because of who they decide to big up, who they decide to pedestalize. Because it's a thing in Filipino culture to see someone who's a celebrity, just see that they're partly Filipino, and the titos and the titas, oh my God, she's partly Filipina, oh my God. Now I'm a big upper. I'm gonna put her on this pedestal. I'm gonna become a fan just because she's partly Filipino when she never embraced that part of her fucking heritage. So now you're supporting someone that doesn't even acknowledge that side of her or him or they or them. My parents do it, and I hate it when they do it. I'm being so serious. I hate it when my parents, oh, she's partly Filipino? Oh, that's great. But does she embrace it, though? Because if she doesn't, I don't care. And also, I'm sorry, because I saw this video of someone defending Vanessa Hudgens on TikTok. Oh, for the people who think she doesn't embrace her Filipino side, watch this. And it was a compilation of clips from her career. Mind you, every single clip was like 4 to 5 years apart. And the only thing she can pretty much comment on was the food. We get it. You eat halo halo, bro. We get it. You like adobo. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sorry, but just liking certain Filipino foods does not mean you're embracing your Filipino side, dog. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Just because you ate Jollibee doesn't mean you're embracing the culture, bro. Our culture is more than just food. There's a religious aspect to it. Family values are a very big thing. Immigrant and overseas culture is a really big thing. But oh, you just wanna, yeah, I love my Filipino side. The halo halo and the Jollibee, yeah, I love. Shut up. That's not it. There's more to us than fucking Jollibee, rice, and halo halo, dog. Like, what are we doing? So I think as Filipinos, man, I ain't gonna lie, that's pretty much it. Cause I feel like in any other communities don't do that, dog. I think other communities don't do that. Like, it would be crazy if black people big up someone who's biracial and didn't embrace their black side. That would be crazy. Like, what the fuck? That's stupid. That is stupid, yo. That is stupid. One, I just think she's the wrong candidate. And two, the bigger problem holistically is, again, Filipinos bigging up certain people that don't really, appreciate that side of their culture until it's beneficial for them. So with that being said, I want to shout out Saweetie. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Saweetie. She really embraces her Filipino side and is pretty outward about it. I want to shout out her, the R&B artist her. Shout out to her. I want to shout out Dave Bautista. I want to shout out Apple the App from Black Eyed Peas. I want to shout out Bretman Rock. Shout out to these Filipino Americans that really embrace their Filipino side and are more outward about it. Hey, shout out to Jalen Green. Shout out to Jordan Clarkson. Shout out to them. And not these people who are just starting. And now you want to give them the tourism ambassador for the Philippines. Bruno Mars and Olivia Rodrigo. I don't think they're that outward about it. So I want to cause pause for them, but I do know they're partly Filipino. Just keep in mind, a lot of the people who I said are like half black, half Filipino too. And for some reason, kind of know why, because my country is colorist to a pretty decent degree. They're not getting the same amount of attention as these fair-skinned, half white, individuals. I want to give Vanessa a little bit of slack. Her upbringing is not her fault. You know what I'm saying? Like, her upbringing is not her fault. She didn't choose to be Filipino American in America. So there is an aspect to it where, again, this is the fault of Filipino parenting, in my opinion, where they get to America and they try to assimilate so hard, so bad, that their children identifies essentially being American more than anything else. And now you get a situation like Vanessa Hudgens where it's been 30 years. She is a grown-ass adult thinking about starting a family. And because her parent was so focused on, trying to fit in, trying to be Americanized, that now she doesn't know this whole side of her fucking heritage, her life. I think glorifying American culture is it's gassed up in the Philippines, dog. Like, for real.